see what we see. Okay. Anybody here? It looks like we're on. Let me see if I can let everybody know. Do, do, do. Do. We're back. Hi Barb, you missed all the excitement. Somehow or another, and I don't know how, somehow or another, my feed got tied into somebody else's page. All right. All right. We're back. Shall we start this again? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, that was Carly. She's become very clingy lately. Letty, good to see you back. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I have no clue what really happened, but we're going to move forward from here. So, what are we doing today? We are, how many of you have seen those cute little doggies pulling on the corner of the towel embroidery designs? Aren't they just so cute? So cute. All right. Listen. Yeah, there are a few variations out there. Oh, okay. Keep your fingers crossed. I am going to share my screen. Amy, look at you. Okay, gonna share the screen. Add to scene. Yay! Tell me that worked. Tell me on your screen, on your monitor, you now see a cute little puppy falling on a towel. Yeah, these are on Etsy. These pieces that I'm gonna show you. These are featured on Etsy. Very cute. This is the one that I originally saw. So cute. Thank you, Doug. And then while I was searching for this one to get this screenshot, I came across this one. Now this one, in my opinion, probably does not need a lot of design manipulation. You could probably find a picture of a critter, an animal that you can just lay the towel over and it will stitch. That will work. The same kind of thing with this one. Oh, don't save it. This one is really cute. But again, oh, maybe you do. It looks like just the paw the whole tugging of the towel, but it looks like just the paw was separated out from this design. You stitch everything, pull the towel up in place, and then stitch the last part. That's what makes these cute, but it also makes it a little more tricky. But that's what we're going to work on today. What if you have a particular animal in mind? One of the things I was thinking was the porch geese, you know, the ones that you dress up. Wouldn't that be cute to have a goose holding the towel in their mouth? Yeah, I thought so too. But for today, we're going to work with, ta-da, This cute little puppy. Isn't he cute? I found him on Stitching Blues. That's stitching-blues.com. She has a lot of cute stuff over there. I thought so too. Yeah, so she has a lot of cute stuff over there. And I thought, yeah, I liked that one too. Where'd he go? Oh, I closed it all out. Yep, I did. I closed them. Um, Cindy, I liked the golden with the paw on the edge too. I thought he was really adorable. And again, those are all found on Etsy. So this is the dog we're gonna work with. He's a cute little puppy. Um, and you know, puppies are so playful. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to manipulate this design file to work with tugging on a towel. Now, when I do, and you know, I have really good digitizing software, but when I'm doing an editing project like this, I like using Embrilliance. Back years and years ago, hey Diane, when I started embroidery, um, I wanted an editing software. We all know that working with machine files is very difficult to do editing. But in Brilliance, the essentials and the enthusiast modules help me work this. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate this file to do what we want it to. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to locate and lasso the parts that will stitch separate. So what we want to do is we want to find all the elements. We want to find all the elements that we are going to cut away from the overall design file. So how do we do that? Well, Embrilliance breaks all of your color changes off to the side here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one. We're going to save that one for last. And look and see. Now this is all going to be part of the body sew out. It's not part of the head sew out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut away the head so that we can stitch it separately. This is another section of black. Yes, we're going to need this part. So how do we do that? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything else and lock it in place, because I don't want to accidentally cut away something that I don't want to cut away. So we're working with this piece. Now, please bear in mind, it's been a long time since I've used Embrilliance, because, you know, primarily digitizing, not so much editing. But we're going to highlight the section we want to manipulate. We're going to go over here to the Edit Stitches mode. We're going to use our lasso. Can you see? Yeah, let's do something else here. Let's hide all of this. And hide. All right. So when you're in the Edit Stitch mode, Doug, are you asking for a link to one of the Etsy files so that you can see it? Just want to clarify what you're looking for. So what we're going to do, when you're in the edit stitch mode, it's going to create all of the stitch positions, all of the needle positions. Okay, I'll get that for you. So that you can know where you're circling. Now remember, some of this was on the body and some of this was on the face. So we're going to use our lasso and we are going to go around and cut away. Oh, how did you get in there? We don't want that. We want just this. You are not supposed to be in there. There we go. Lasso. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out something with these little babies. And then we're going to split the stitches into a new design. Click. Now that moved this. Did not work. That didn't work. All right. Let's go back. That one's hide. That one is a lock and hide. Lock and hide. So the only thing we should see is the face. All right, here we go again. Select it. Lasso. That's going to work. Split into a new design. There's our new design. All right, so that worked. Now we're going to go to the next piece. Again, this is all part of the body. We're not going to do anything with that. This is the tongue. It's part of the head. So we're going to move that last. Open it up. Move last. And then we need to all right. Nope. Cut, paste, move it last. The eyes also get moved. And this is going to sound a little complicated, but I'm cutting and pasting so that it moves to the very bottom, which is where I want it. Now, this is the nose and just some accent here. So yes, we need to cut this. So again, we're going to go to the edit. That's not what we want to edit. This needs to hide. Lock and hide. There we are. Tricky little buggers, aren't they? But it can be done. Lasso. Split. Split. Eyes. It did not split. Lasso. Split. That would probably help if I hit the right key. There it is. Okay, so you get the idea, right? You go through and you find the pieces that you want to stitch later. So let's go do the last one, the big one, the body. Let's make sure we hide everything else. Yes, Joanne, we are. Once all of this is done and all of the pieces that you want to separate are in the bottom location, you can manipulate them into the stitch order that you want. So, lock and hide. Lock and hide. All right. So, this one is the tricky part. This is the big tricky part. We want to cut along here. So we have our body piece. We're going to go to the edit stitches, and of course it's hidden. I think I've got a spring cold coming on. Isn't that just wonderful? There we are. All these little dots, all these little stitches. Lasso. And yes, we don't have any true definition of this headpiece. What do you think? Should we take a bit more? Yeah, I think so too. Just imagine where his head would be. That's better. Let's go ahead and split that out. All right. So, I know this looks terrible. It's incomplete. Let's go on to the next one. Yeah, we don't need all of this. We did that. Now, if you look, there's our body, our feet, some more highlights, some more highlights, a little bit of highlight. So you're yes, Joanne, I know, I said that already. Yes. There's some gray that was on the body, a little bit of orange on the tail. Once that is finished, we're going to stop the machine and we're going to set up the towel tugging And then we're going to stitch our head, face accents, all of this. Until we get to the end. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on mute for a second because I have to do my spring cold routine. I'm back. So this is all split out. We're going to save it. Save it as a stitch file. Save it as your machine file. And then we're going to, let's go ahead and run the stitch simulator. And go. So you can see it's going to stitch all of the body elements first. Come on, little doggy. You can do better than that. We have our leg pieces. Some more black. Some more highlighting. Nails. That little tuft. And then we stop here. And then we stitch the head. Alrighty. Do you want to see it? Yeah, I know. Wait until you see what happened. You know, I'm all about being real, which also means that you get the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, first things first, always make sure you clear your arm. I know. Always make sure you clear your arm. We're going to show him last. Be aware that you will have a machine hiccup. The machine got bumped. Yeah. So the head is not where the head is supposed to be. Oh, wait. I should show you how I hoop this. Here. Let's go. Where are they at? Do, do, do. Here we go. So before we stitch, we have to hoop. So what did I do? I used, because this is a 4x4 and I knew I needed more room, I used my 5x7 hoop. I laid in my stabilizer and I did not hoop the whole thing. I hooped all the way around except this corner. This corner I tugged up and set aside. I did not want this to be in the hoop. Okay. Then we stitched, we stitched, we stitched, we stitched. At some point we're going to stop and we're going to pull up that corner and put it where the dog's mouth is. Oh, that should have gone next. So how do you know you're there? How do you know you can let go? When you have some stitching happening over your towel end, you can let go. And then again, oops, that's not what I want. Sorry. And then again, you can finish your stitching. Okay. Oh my goodness, what a day, what a day. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a little bit of work, but if you have a special item that you want to do, you don't have to wait for somebody else to create it. You can create it yourself. Okay, so let's go back. Remember to clear your arm. We all know what this means, right? It means that I did not clear the arm and everything got stitched in the arm. Going back, yep, machine hiccup, did not reposition. You can't see a thing because I am down here. Machine hiccup, yep, that one didn't work earlier either. Good thing these things have four corners, right? And then, and yes, my fur colors are wrong. Isn't he just cute? Yeah. Yeah. He worked out really nice. And of course, despite the fact that I hooped and stitched my fabric, he turned out really cute too. I think this was fun. Yes, it took a little while to find a design. I know. I wanted to find a stock design because not everybody can digitize. I wanted to find a stock design that can be manipulated, edited. Yes, Doug. Doug's asking if you are stitching almost the entire design on the towel. And yes, it is just the body that is stitched first. We stop the machine. We place the edge of the towel where we want it. And we stitch the rest of the element, the rest of the design. Again, I want to do a goose. I do not have a porch goose. I do not have a porch goose with a whole wardrobe of seasonal outfits. But I think they're so cute. No, Doug, it's on the towel. Yep. Yep. With the idea that you hang the towel wherever you hang your towels and display the dog tugging on the towel, which is just really cute, really fun. Any other questions about this? Oh, I was mentioning, yes, it took a little bit to find the stock design I wanted to use. I wanted to use something that needed to be manipulated, and that's what we got here. Barb is asking, so you can't fold the towel to the end to begin with. Well, you can if you know exactly where you want to put it, or if you're using a design file that didn't really need a lot of manipulation, and again, you know where you want to put that corner or that piece, and you don't have to use a corner. You can use a side piece, but I like the corner. Um, and when I hooped this, remember I only hooped 3 sides, so this part was kind of hanging loose. I took a piece of painter's tape. Painter's tape is one of my favorite in shop tools, and I pulled it and hooped it solid. Let me go back to that hooping. Where is it? Not you. Downloads. Let me change the size of this. Okay. Okay. So, thanks, Diane. I thought it was fun too. So, in my hoop, again, I used the 5x7 hoop because I wanted to position the dog up and away from this corner. I hooped 3 sides of the towel with the stabilizer, leaving this corner out. So to hold it out of the way, I used a bit of tape so that it wouldn't get in the way. And then once everything was hooped, I pulled the tape and laid that corner off to the side so it wouldn't get caught up in the stitching. And then started to stitch the body. Stopped the machine. Pulled the corner up to where where the mouth was. And you know, if you print out the production sheet, you could probably lay the design in your hoop and know where the mouth is. And then I placed the corner, held it in place using a little bamboo skewer because I don't want to put my fingers in there. And when it stitched a bit on that corner, I let it go. And ta-da! That's what we got. You know, the thing about recording on YouTube is that it'll be there. So, yes, we're to the end of this, but you can start it all over again. If you have any questions, just send me a message. I'll be happy. I'll be happy to help. Let's see what Cindy's got here. I guess you could have a trace line, and then you could see exactly. Again, we're trying to work with a stock element with non-digitizing software. We're working with an editing software, and I don't know that these two modules have the ability to create a trace line, but it is an idea. Let's do this. It's you know, you gotta jump on those trends when you can. A few weeks ago we did that whole scallop applique. How to create some of those without, you know, you don't have to use what everybody else is doing. You can create your own. Be creative. We are all creative people. Joan wants to know if it can be done in Wilcom or the Bernina software. I'm sure it can, but like I said, I like using the Embrilliance editing software because it is easy to see where to cut. All right, you can't always see that in a digitizing software, but like I said, this one makes it easy. Makes it easy so you can find the pieces you need and put them where you need. Not sure, did I miss something? You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so Today, I need to finish setting up and pulling all my stuff together for uh, my event tomorrow. Um, I I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we're going to do next week. If you find something that you want to cover, let me know. Maybe we should, it's been a while that we've been at the machine. Maybe we should do something at the machine. Been a while since we talked about business. Maybe we should talk about business. You guys let me know and I'll put it together. In the meantime, in the meantime, you all have a great week. All right, let me get rid of this. Thanks, Cindy. I'll let you know how it goes. Let me, oh my goodness. Carly, so clingy. Linda, you can do this. Enjoy it. And thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cold. I don't, maybe it's Carly. Who knows? Okay. You all have a great weekend. Let me get here and say goodbye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.